Hello students, let's solve few more problems of ratio and proportion. The monthly salary of two persons are in the ratio of 3:5. If each receives an increment of rupees 20, the ratio becomes 13:21. Find the salaries. Okay. So the salaries are in the ratio of 3:5. Right? So let the salary of two persons be 3x and 5x. Let the salary of two person be 3x and 5x because it is in the ratio of 3:5. So increment, so if there is an increment of 20 given to both, the ratio becomes 13:21, right? So if increment is 20 rupees, so if increment of rupees 20 is given to both, the ratio becomes 13:21. So that means, so initially the ratio was 3x is to 5x. When 20 rupees is added to it, it becomes 13:21. So plus 20 and plus 20. So this becomes 13:21. Right? So this is the ratio. So you multiply the extremes. Extremes are equal to, the product of extremes are equal to the product of means. Right? So 13 into 3x plus 20 is equal to, not 13, sorry, 21. Into 3x plus 20 is equal to 13 into 5x plus 20. 21 into 3 is 63x, and 21 into 20 is 420. 13 into 5 is 65, so 65x plus 13 into 20. 13 into 20 comes to 260. So bring the number terms on one side and x terms on the other side. Okay. So 420 plus 260 will become minus 260. 65x and 63x comes when goes on the other side, it becomes minus 63x. So 420 minus 260 is 160, and 65x minus 63x is 2x. So x is equal to 160 divided by 2. So x is equal to 80. Right? So therefore first person salary which is 3x and x is equal to 20. So 3x is equal to 3 into 80, which comes to rupees 240. And second person salary which is 5x, right? So 5 into 80 rupees 400. So the salary of two people is 240 and 400. So 20 rupees increment is given to both, right? So if rupees 20 increment is given to both. Then first person salary will be rupees 240 plus 20, so 260. And second person salary which is rupees 400 plus rupees 20, so rupees 420. Okay, so you can check whether the ratio 260 and 420 is 13:21 or not. Okay, so salaries are asked and we have computed. Now let's solve the next question. A man earns rupees 65 per week. How long he must work to earn 780? Okay, so when you work more number of weeks, you earn more money, right? So this is a question of direct proportion, right? So I'll write down, this is a question of direct proportion. Right? So the ratio of earning is 65:780. Right? And the ratio of weeks to earn 65 you have to work for 1 week. To earn 780 you have to earn for, you don't know how much, so I will write it as X. Okay, let the number of week to earn rupees 780 be X. So if you want to write down, you can just write down, let the number of weeks to earn rupees 780 be X. Okay, so hence, because this is a question of direct proportion, so 65:780 is equal to 1:X. Right? So 65 into X is equal to 780 into 1. So 65X is equal to 780 into 1 is 780. Right? So X is equal to 780 upon 65. (780) divided by 65 is 12. So 12 weeks. Okay. Let's solve the next problem. Cost of 8 notebooks is rupees 144. Find the cost of 23 notebooks. Again, this is a question of direct proportion. So if the number of books are more, the cost will be more. Right? If the number of books are less, the cost will be less. So this is a question of direct proportion. ratio of notebooks, 8 notebooks and 23 notebooks, right? So 8 is to 23. And ratio of cost will be 144 and X. So again, cost of 23 notebooks, we are assuming cost of 23 notebooks as X, right? So you can write in a bracket okay. So because this is a question of direct proportion, therefore 8 is to 23 is equal to 144 is to X. So 8X is equal to 23 into 144, right? So 8X is equal to 23 into 144. So X is equal to 23 into 144 divided by 8. Twenty-three into 144 divided by 8. It comes to 414. Okay. So therefore cost of 23 notebooks is rupees 414. Let's see the next question. A pump takes 3 hours to lift 2500 liters of water. How much time it will take to lift 1500 liters of water? Okay. So again, this is the question of direct proportion. If there is more water, it will take more time. If there is less water, it will take less time, right? So this is a question of direct proportion. Right? So ratio of water is 2500 and 1500. So 2500 is to 1500, or 25 is to 15 also you can write. Okay. And ratio of time is 3 hours is to X. Okay. So because this is a question of direct proportion, so in the bracket you can write, let the time taken to lift 1500 liters of water be X. Okay. So therefore 2500 is 2500 is to 1500 is equal to 3 is to X. Okay. So 2500 X is equal to 1500 into 3. So X is equal to 1500 into 3 divided by 2500. So calculate this. 15 into 3 divided by 25. 15 into 3 divided by 25. So it comes to 1.8 hours. Okay. So 1.8 hours. Okay. So listen, 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes. So 0.8 hour is equal to how much? So when you calculate this, 6 cross multiply. Okay. So 60 into 0.8 divided by 1. Sorry, I'll write like this. If 1 hour is 60 minutes, 0.8 hour is how much? So cross multiplication. 60 into 0.8 divided by 1. So 60 into 0.8, it comes to 48. Okay. So 0.8 hour is 48 minutes. So 1.8 hour would be 1 hour and 48 minutes. Okay. So it will take 1 hour and 48 minutes to lift 1500 liters of water. So you can just add a sentence. Therefore, it will take 1 hour and 48 minutes to lift 1500 liters of water. Got it? Let's solve the next question. Let's solve the next question. If 10 men earn rupees 250 in 5 days, what will 7 men earn in 21 days? Okay. So here there are 3 ratios. Okay. So 10 men working for 250. 10 men are working for 5 days and earning 250. Okay. 7 men working for 21 days and earning some X amount. Okay. So let's solve. Ratio of men is 10:7. Okay. 10 men are working for 5 days and 7 men are working for 21 days. Right. So ratio of days will be 5:21. Okay. And ratio of earning so ratio of earning will be rupees 250 is to X. Okay. So this is my A, this is my B, 250 is my C, and X is my D. And this is a question of direct proportion. Okay. So 10 men working for 5 days, 7 men working for 21 days. Okay. If number of men are more or number of days are more, the salary would be more, earning would be more. Right. So this is the question of direct proportion. Okay, so hence 10 is to 7 and 5 is to 21 is equal to 250 is to x. Okay, so 10 is to 5 is my A and x is my extremes. Okay, 10 and 5 and x is extreme. So 10 into 5 into x is equal to 7 into 21 is to 250. Okay, so 10 into 5 is 50. So 50x is equal to 7 into 21 is to 250. So x is equal to 7 into 21 into 250 divided by 50. Okay. So when you calculate this, it comes to, let's calculate and check. Okay. 7 into 21 into 250 divided by 50. It is 735. So rupees 735. Okay. So 7 men, if they work for 21 days, they will earn rupees 735. So 7 men working for 21 days, they will earn rupees 735. So rupees 735 is the answer. So you can write the last statement. 7 men will earn rupees 735 in 21 days. Okay. Let's see the next question. Expenditure of 18 people for 6 days is rupees 1800. What would be the expenditure of 11 people for 3 days? Same question. If number of days are more or number of people are more, the expenditure will be more. So this is also a question of direct proportion, right? So yeah, ratio of people. So ratio of people is 18 people and 11 people. So 18 is to 11. Ratio of days. So 6 is to 3. And ratio of expenditure. So ratio of expenditure will be 1800 is to x. Okay. So therefore 18 is to 11 and 6 is to 3 is equal to 1800 is to x. So 18 and 6 together is A, 11 and 3 together is B, 1800 is C and x is D. Okay. So multiply the extremes. Extremes, product of extremes is equal to product of means, right? So extremes would be 18 into 6 into x is equal to 11 into 3 into 1800. So oops, okay, right? 18 and 6 multiplied by x is equal to 11 and 3 multiplied by 1800. Okay. So x is equal to 11 into 3 into 1800 divided by 18 into 6. So when you compute this, 11 into 3 into 1800 divided by 18 divided by 6. Okay. So 11 into 3 into 1800 divide by 6 divide by 18. Okay, so it comes to 550. So x is equal to rupees 550. So expenditure of 11 people for 3 days would be rupees 550. Okay. Okay. Now let's solve the next problem. Mr. X runs at a speed of 16 kilometers per hour and reaches the town in 24 hours. How much time does he take to cover same distance if the speed was 30 kilometer per hour? Okay, whenever there's a question of speed and distance, so when you are at a good speed, you will cover at a less time, right? If the speed is slow, you will take more time. So this is a question of inverse proportion, right? So this is a problem of inverse proportion. Okay, so ratio of speed is 16:30, because speed is 16 kilometer per hour and 30 kilometer per hour. Ratio of time is 24:x, right? Because this is a question of inverse proportion, so in this case what happens, A is to B is equal to, instead of C is to D, you will write D is to C, right, in inverse proportion. So 16:30 is equal to X is to 24, correct? So 16 into 24 is equal to 30 into x, so 30x. So x is equal to 16 into 24 divided by 30. Sixteen into 24 divided by 16 into 24 divided by 30. It comes to 12.8. Okay, so 12.8 hours. So let's calculate 0.8 hours is how many minutes. We have already calculated. So if 1 hour is 60 minutes, 0.8 hour is how much? So what do? 60 into 0.8 divide by 1. Cross multiply. This comes to 48 minutes. Okay. So 12 hours and 48 minutes. Okay. Let's solve the next question. So in this case, it will take 48 minutes to cover the same distance if the speed is 30 km per hour. Okay. Find x if 5 is to 20 is equal to 3 is to x. Okay, let's solve this. So if a is to b is equal to c is to d, then what you do? AD is equal to BC, right? So similarly, if 5 is to 20 is equal to 3 is to x, so 5x is equal to 20 into 3. X is equal to 20 into 3 upon 5. Okay. So 60 upon 5. 60 upon 5 is 12. So x is equal to 12. Okay. Let's solve the next question. Find x if 63 is to 35 is equal to x is to 100. So 63 into 100 is equal to 35 into x. So 35x. So x is equal to 63 into 100 divided by 35. So 63 into 100 divided by 35. Let's calculate. It comes to 180. So x is equal to 180. Okay. Next problem. If 5 men earn rupees 4,200 in 15 days, working 8 hours a day, okay. So if 5 men work for 8 hours per day for 15 days, then they will earn 4,200. Okay. How much will 16 men earn in 8 days working 6 hours a day? So 16 men working for 6 hours a day for 8 days, how much they will earn, right? This is the question. So this is also a question of, direct proportion, right? So more number of hours, more you earn. More number of men, more you earn. More number of days, more you earn, right? So ratio of men is 5 is to 16. Ratio of days is 15 is to 8. Ratio of hours is 8 hours a day and 6 hours a day. And then ratio of earning. ratio of earning would be 4200 and X. Okay. So, therefore, 15 is to 16 and then 5 is to 16. 5 is to 16, 15 is to 8 and 8 is to 6. Okay. $4,200 is to X. So 5, 15 and 8 is my A. 16, 8 and 6 is my B. 4,200 is my C and X is my D. So A into D multiply by B into C. A into D is equal to B into C. So 5 into 15 into 8 into X is equal to 16 into 8 into 6 into 4,200. So X is equal to 16 into 8 into 6 into 4,200 divided by 5 into 15 into 8. Okay. So when you calculate this, you get the value of X. So 16 into 8 into 6 into 4,200 divided by 5 into 15 into 8. Please calculate this. So 16 into 8 into 6 into 4,200 divided by 5 divided by 15 and divide by 8. Okay. So this comes to 5,376. 5,376. So if 16 men work for 8 days, 6 hours a day for 8 days, okay, then they earn rupees 5,376. Okay. Now let us see the next question. 10 men can complete a job in 12 days. How many days will it take for 15 men to complete the job? Okay. Now if there are more number of people, the work will get over quickly. Correct? If there are less number of people, it will take more time to complete the job. Right? So 10 men can complete a job in 12 days. So one job, 10 men, it takes 12 days. So 15 men will take less number of days. Right? So if I am doing one work, okay, suppose I take 2 hours to complete one work. Okay, but if me and my friend, like 2 people do same work together, so it will take only one hour. Right? So if number of men are more, number of time taken would be less. Right? So this is a question of inverse proportion. Ratio of men is 10 is to 15 and ratio of days will be 12 is to X. So this is a question of inverse proportion. Therefore, A is to B is equal to, instead of writing C is to D, you will write D is to C because inverse proportion, right? So 10 is my A, 15 is my B, 12 is my C and X is my D, right? So Let's write this. 10 is to 15 is equal to 12 is to, instead of writing 12 is to x, I'll write x is to 12 because inverse proportion. X is to 12. Okay. Now multiply the extremes and multiply the means. So 10 into 12 is equal to 15x. So x is equal to 120 divided by 15. And 120 divided by 15 is 8. So 8 days. So for 15 men to complete the job, it will take 8 days. Got it? Let's solve the next question. So, men, women and boys are employed in a factory in the proportion of 3 is to 1 is to 2. The wages of man, woman and a boy are in the proportion of 4 is to 3 is to 2. When 45 men are employed, the total wages of all amount to rupees 1425. Find the daily wages paid to a man, woman and a boy. Okay. So first let us calculate how many women, and it's given that there are 45 men. Let's see how many women and boys are there. So okay, so men, women and boys are employed in a factory in a proportion of 3 is to 2 is to 1. So ratio of men, women and boys is 3 is to 1 is to 2. It is given, right? And it is also given that there are 45 men. If 3 is 45, how much is 1 and how much is 2? Okay. So number of men, is equal to 45. This is also given. So therefore number of women is equal to, if 45 is 3, okay, how much is 1? So 45 divided by 3 into 1. This will come to 15. Okay. So, and number of boys will be 45 divided by 3 multiplied by 2. Okay, cross multiplication. So this comes to 30. See, if 3 is 45, how much is 1? Okay, so 45 into 1 divided by 3, cross multiplication. Okay, so this is what I did. And similarly with number of boys. If 3 is 45, how much is 2? So cross multiply. 45 divided by 3 multiplied by 2. So you have calculated number of women and number of boys. Okay. And it's given that the salary is in the proportion of 3 is to 1 is to 2. Okay. So salary per employee for men, salary is in the wages of man, woman and boy are in the proportion of 4 is to 3 is to 2. Okay. So I'll just write down ratio of wages for man, woman and boy is equal to how much it is? 4:3:2. So therefore let the wages be let the wages of man, woman and boy be 4x, 3x and 2x respectively. Right? So ratio of wages is given as 4:3:2. Okay. So for wage of one man would be 4x, wage of woman let it be 3x, and for wage of boy let that be 2x. Okay. And in the question it is given that the total wage, okay, of all the employees together is 1425. Okay. So that means there are 45 men, correct? So 45 men and their wages per man is 4x, right? Plus there are 15 women. So 15 women and their salary is 3x. So 15 into 3x. And for boys, there are 30 boys. So 30 boys into 2x, because per employee per boy the wage is 2x. So, and the total is given as 1425. So this is the equation. Okay. So 45 into 4 it comes to 180. So 180x. 15 into 3 is 45. So 45x plus 30 into 2 which is 60x. 180 plus 45 plus 60 it comes to 285x. So therefore x is equal to 1425 divided by 285. Okay, and this comes to rupees 5. So x is rupees 5. Okay, so therefore daily wage paid to a man is 4x, no? Is 4x, that is 4 into 5, which is equal to rupees 20. Daily wage paid to a woman is 3x, that is 3 into 5, which comes to rupees 15. And daily wage paid to a boy is 2x, that is 2 into 5, which is rupees 10. Okay, go through the question again. Men, women and boys are employed in a factory in a proportion of 3:1:2. And the wages of man, woman and a boy is in the ratio of 4:3:2. When 45 men are employed, the total wages amounts to rupees, total wages of all amounts to rupees 1425. Find the daily wages paid to man, woman and a boy. Okay. Ratio of man, woman and boy is given 3 is to 1 is to 2. Number of men is 45. So if 3 is 45, how much is 1? How much is 2? So you get 15 and 30. So now you know number of men, number of women and number of boys. Okay. So ratio of wages is given as 4 is to 3 is to 2. Okay. So let the wages be 4x, 3x and 2x. For a man, the salary is 4x. For a woman, it is 3x. And for a boy, it is 2x. Okay. And it is given that total wages altogether, the wages is 1425. So 4x is salary for, is a wage for one man. So there are 45 men. So 45 men into 4x plus 15 men in 15 women into 3x, because wage of a woman is 3x, and plus wage of boys, which is 30 boys into 2x is 1425. And with this equation you find the value of x. The value of x comes to 5. So man's wage is 4x, so 4 into 5 20. Woman's wage you assumed as 3x, so 3 into 5 15. And daily wage paid to a boy is 2x, so 2 into 5, it comes to rupees 10. Okay, very simple problem. Now let's see the next problem. Okay, monthly income of 2 person are in the ratio of 5 to 7, and their monthly expenditure are in the ratio of 7 is to 11. If each saves rupees 150 per month, find the monthly income. Okay, let this be the last question for the day. Okay, so monthly income is given. Let the monthly income be 5x and 7x. Okay, so monthly income of 2 persons is 5x and 7x. Be 5x and 7x, because monthly income are in the ratio of 5 to 7, so let it be 5x and 7x. Their monthly expenditure is in the ratio of 7 is to 11. Okay, and each person saves 150 per month. Okay, so you know that income minus saving is equal to expenditure, right? Income minus saving is equal to expenditure. Okay, so income of 2 people is 5x and 7x. Right, and each saves 150. So even the person whose income is 5x, he saves 150, and person who saves who earns 7x also saves 150. So 7x minus 150, and this is in the ratio of, okay, this is income minus saving. So income minus saving is expenditure, right? So 5x minus 150 and 7x minus 150 is in the ratio of 7 is to 11. Right? Okay. Now you have the ratio. Now you have to find the value of x. Okay. So 11 into 5x minus 150 is equal to 7 into 7x minus 150. So 55x minus 150 into 11. 150 into 11 is 1650. 7 sevens are 49x minus 150 into 7, it comes to 1050. X terms on one side and number terms on other side. Okay. So 55x minus 49x is equal to 1650 minus 1050. So 6x is equal to 600. So x is equal to 600 upon 6, which is 100. Okay. So value of x is 100. You have to find monthly income of both the person. So monthly income is 5x and 7x, right? So therefore monthly income of first person, which is 5x, that is 5 into 100, would be rupees 500. And monthly income of second person, which is 7x, so that is 7 into 100, which is equal to rupees 700. Okay. So if you see, the income are in the ratio of 5:7, right? 5 into 7. And savings, you subtract saving from this. So 500 minus 150 would be 350, and 700 minus 150 would be 550. So expenditure is in the ratio of 350 is to 550, right? So this is the ratio of expenditure. So when you reduce this, it will be 7 is to 11. So you can check your answer also this way. Okay. Yeah. Okay, let's go through this question once again. Monthly income of two person are in the ratio of 5:7. Okay, so income is 5:7. Okay. And their monthly expenditure are in the ratio of 7:11. So expenditure is in the ratio of 7:11. If each saves 150 per week, per month, find monthly income. Okay. So monthly income minus saving is expenditure, right? So income is 5x and 7x. Income is 5x and 7x. You subtract 150. Okay, that is the saving. They save 150. Both save 150. So if you subtract 150, then what you get is expenditure. So 5x minus 150 and 7x minus 150 is the expenditure, right? And expenditure ratio is given as 7:11. Correct? So now you have the ratio, that is 5x minus 150 is to 7x minus 150 is equal to 7:11. Right? Now you have the equation. So the product of extremes is equal to product of means, right? So 11 into 5x minus 150 is equal to 7 into 7x minus 150. You solve this, you get x is equal to 100. Now you know the value of x, you can find out 5x and 7x. Right? This is the way you solve this kind of problems. Okay. That's it for the day, students. Have a great day. Thank you very much. In the next